The time has come. The AI Operators Podcast is here with episode one, where we dive in to freeing concepts, what it means to be free in business, personal life, even in careers. You're looking for that promotion? We want to talk about how AI will help you get there faster. You have a business? We want to show you how to automate that and give you some insights into the AI world. Here, you see, I have a guest, Ethan, a very good friend of mine. Man, the knowledge that this guy has is unmatched. Ethan, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, tell him what you're drinking on tonight.
Yeah, Mabricio, I'm drinking on a little Modelo.
Okay.
A little bit about me. I currently work in finance, and that's actually how I know Mabricio. Me and Mabricio actually used to work together, kind of in the same area. And now I kind of moved on to product management, and I do use AI a lot for my job. It helps me automate a lot of the things that I don't want to do so that I could focus on the things that I actually enjoy so that I could innovate and just do what I need to do to make sure I'm doing the best work to the best of my ability and to make sure that I get to free up time as much. I mean, AI, one of the biggest things with AI is it gives you time back to focus on things that you actually care about and that you actually want to do. That's one of the biggest things that you could take away from this.
Absolutely. I kind of want to hear a little bit more about you because I know you personally, but the audience at home don't really know you so well. So, like, tell us a little bit about your background. Like, where did you grow up? How did you get into the finance industry?
Kind of just stumbled into it, honestly. I mean, I grew up in Florida, just like a regular person, regular kid. Went to school, did everything that I was supposed to do. Um, but I always kind of knew that I didn't want to live a normal life. I didn't really want to do things or take like the normal route. I remember I was working at Home Depot my freshman year of college, and I was just hanging out with some friends at the customer service desk, doing the normal job that you do while you're in school. And we just got into trading, man. We got into some degeneracy, honestly. we were, it was during the COVID days. We were trading options on Robinhood, um, and made some pretty decent money there, lost some money there. Thankfully, I was one of the people that um, had more positive than negative, which was awesome. It's kind of just got me more into the financial world. And then my sophomore year, I just started applying at different places. And I got into a wealth management role part time, just doing like administrative stuff. And then from there, I got licensed, got into sales, was actually able to talk about investments with clients. And that's how I actually met Mabricio because he came in as a part time person. And now Mabricio actually does what I used to do, and now I'm in management. So it's kind of interesting how things work. And Mabricio is doing great things. He's very, very ahead of where the average person would be at 23 years old. So he has a wealth of knowledge, and you're going to want to listen to this guy.
Absolutely. And that's our thing, Ethan. I know that we talked about because we're, kind of, I know you're in your mid 20s, I'm approaching my mid 20s, and
Yep.
we're trying to help the younger generations. When we were growing up, when we were, finding our way through finance, AI wasn't a tool at our disposal. It wasn't until, after the college days that it really became prominent. And
Oh,
something
yeah.
that I'm sure that you probably wish you had, when you were going for that bachelor's degree. Because I sure wish that I had it too. I haven't finished my college, of course, because I'm so kind of invested in the AI that I'm like, I don't need a degree anymore because what can a professor teach me that AI couldn't?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting because we're in this weird period where a lot of jobs, I mean, first of all, you don't need a degree to be a business owner. So if you have a business and you're already having cash flow coming in and it's sustainable, you don't really need that. But when it comes to when it comes to the working world, you'll notice that a lot of companies, they don't say anything about a degree in the job description anymore. Or they'll say requires a degree or X amount of supplemental experience. Um, so we're kind of in this transition period where society's kind of learning that there's so much information out there, and it's more about showing that you could do the work rather than having to go through an old archaic system, spending thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars if you really want to do that. I'm not quite sure why you would want to unless you're getting paid to go there or you have parents paying for your school. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. Uh,
Yeah.
but there's so much information out there. You could learn anything these days. I mean, I'm having to take some exams right now for my work because I'm going to start dealing with high net worth clients. And I have this 500-page book that I have to read. It's like this thick. Thankfully, it's also on the computer as well. And I use ChatGPT. I'll copy in the text, this big wall of text, and I'll say, hey, give me the main points of this. And then it really cuts down the time of me having to look through all these different lines, line by line by line. And it just tells me, okay, this is what you need to know from this. And it's allowing me to go from having to study for, I don't know, 4 hours a day to like 2, because I'm not wasting my time on things that don't necessarily matter. So there's a lot of things that you could do in basically any area of your life to leverage AI to free up more time for yourself.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because you cutting hours, I'm sure those 2 hours feel great to have back.
Absolutely.
A day. Um, do you genuinely feel like it helps you to perform at your highest level?
Yes, I mean, one thing I'm working on right now, and I can only say this at like a surface level, is we get hundreds of thousands of client surveys where I work. And it would take forever for someone to go through that manually and say, okay, this is what's a pain point for our customers right now. Using I could just throw in a spreadsheet, upload it, and it'll tell me, okay, these are the 3 things that your customers don't like that you should fix. And then
Absolutely.
all I have to like that goes from like going through everything with a fine comb, one by one by one, or like doing a keyword filter on Excel, which is like a nightmare, to just
Yeah.
uploading it and saying, okay, this is what it is, this is what we have to do. Or
Yeah.
you can focus on innovation instead of just sitting there for hours.
Absolutely. And I know in our line of work, I've have seen the cases, not just from what I do, but from other people. I have clients that are doctors who have literally admitted to me that they will take a picture of an X-ray and the chat GPT will successfully diagnose something that a human would not have even considered.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? ChatGPT literally just diagnosed an issue that my car is having right now. So
Really? Oh, I got to hear
there's
about
a
that.
sweet smell coming from my air conditioner. The driver's side of my window is fogging up, and then my engine light turned on. Before I take it into the shop, I put all those things in the chat GPT. I'm like, okay, what's the problem? This is what my car is. This is what the problem I'm having. It's like, oh, your heater core, you need a replacement. I'm like, okay. I take it to the dealer to get it diagnosed. They're like, oh, you need a replacement for your heater core. like, like what? That's it's insane. And it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty cool that it could do that and like it has access to all that information.
And it's evolving too, because even my mom, she had told me that she's having some legal trouble, and she's like, "Oh, the lawyer's gonna ask you these set of questions. This is how you prepare your answers for it." And it actually happened to end up that way. So it's crazy. It's like,
Yep.
no, you should negotiate this way. I was like, "Mom, you don't even need a lawyer. Like, what is this?
I
You
did the
have
same thing recently because
really?"
so I just moved and they were my old apartment was trying to charge me some erroneous fee because I guess in the fridge there was like a circle of like where like a Tupperware was sitting with some leftovers. And they tried to charge me $100 cleaning fee for that when they already charged like ahead of time a fee to just like a move out cleaning fee. I'm like, you guys already charged me a cleaning fee and you're charging me another cleaning fee. And the fridge ain't even dirty. And then I
Yeah.
like referred to the Ohio law. I'm like, you guys can't double dip.
Yeah.
I mean, usually like you would need to go. I mean, it's $100. It's not that big of a deal, but like usually you would have to go to like a lawyer to get that kind of information, and you could get it in like 1 second.
Yeah.
It's insane.
For anything.
And your mom could write like a whole like I'm not sure what's going on with her, but she could write like a whole demand letter to whoever
That's
she's having the dispute with.
that's what she
And it
did.
will literally sound like a lawyer wrote it.
Yeah, that's what she did.
It's impressive. So instead of paying a lawyer $500 an hour, you're paying ChatGPT $100 or not 100. What am I saying? $20 a month
$20 a
for
month.
the plus plan. You know, you're probably not at the same level because of course like it could be wrong, but then again a lawyer could be wrong.
We deal with that all the time, Ethan. Lawyers come in and they're like, "It's this way," and we're like, "Come on."
There's a lot
You
of
don't.
lawyer clients that we used to have.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of lawyer clients.
You don't work in our industry. You can't tell us what to do. You can't tell us how
Yeah,
things are done.
trust me. I mean,
Yeah.
you may be a lawyer, but we deal with certain laws every day. So you can't really tell us like, especially like you're not a lawyer in finance. Like a lot of people would come in, they'd be a personal injury lawyer, or they'd be like whatever other kind of lawyers there are out there.
Yeah.
But you're not like a lawyer dealing with the securities industry
Right.
where me and Mabricio work. So yeah,
Yeah. Man. But yeah, let's get into something else that I wanted to ask.
yeah.
Um, I know we're both big fans of The Wolf of Wall Street. I feel like we play that on the daily. I know I quote it every day when I go into work, but I want to ask you, personally, what is like the biggest motivator for you right now? What is it that makes you feel alive to work on?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't have to be the richest person in the world. I would say as a man, and I think most people feel this way. You want to feel like you have control over your life. You want to feel like you have control over your time. And when you're born with a certain amount of freedom, but as you get older, a lot of times that freedom can be taken away from you. Whether that's because of a job that's doesn't necessarily give you the flexibility that you want, or it's because you have financial obligations that you're not free from. Um, One of the biggest things for me is freedom. And there's a lot of rich people that don't have freedom too. There's billionaires out there that don't get any sleep. You want to build your life in such a way where you use your money as a tool to have the freedom to be able to do what you want, to be able to take care of your family, to be able to do cool things with your friends. The most important thing for me. I know one thing, and the reason why I made the jump from where I was before is I didn't like the fact that I was tied to a place from 9 to 5 every day. I'm still kind of tied down. I'm gaining my freedom back the older I get. I don't necessarily have to be in the office at a certain time. I could get in when I want, leave when I want. I do have to go in 5 days a week, but I at least have that freedom to say, okay, once I'm done with my work, I can leave. So I would say the most important thing, at least for me, is to slowly get that freedom back to be able to, at some point, be able to 100% say, I have 100% control of my time, where I want to be, um, what I want to do with my friends and my family. That's the most important thing, I would say.
Absolutely. And you're chipping away very slowly. I know you had already mentioned that you're getting a couple hours back.
Yep.
And from our personal conversations, it seems like they think that you have some secret hack to
No,
getting
I don't.
your work done efficiently and quicker. They don't know that you're, cutting down the hours, but you're still outperforming your peers using that automation.
And it's crazy. It's available to everybody I work with. We literally have our own proprietary version of OpenAI that we use. So our the company I work for actually has a contract with OpenAI. It's a little more dumbed down, but it still gets the job done. And it just blows my mind the amount of people that do not use it, that do
Yeah.
everything manually. Like there's like when it comes to the work we do, sometimes we have to do documentation. And sometimes that documentation will be like 2,000 words. And it just blows my mind, all the people that manually type that out. You literally have access to something that will write that for you, and all you have to do is proofread it and make sure everything is in there. And people do not take advantage of it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But then again, I can't judge people either, because a lot of these people are in their 40s and they didn't grow up with technology like we did. I mean, at least for me, I'm 27. I grew up at the tail end. Well, I was probably 5 years old when this went away, when VHS tapes and stuff like that
Yeah.
was around. And then, like, when I was 7, I think that's when the first iPhone came out. Um, and now everything is getting automated, and it
Yeah.
just gives you so much time back. And it's not even to say that so that you could just sit there on your ass all day and just be like a degenerate. Um, it's more to say, okay, now you could actually focus on other things to get things done faster, to drive innovation faster. And I think from this point on, we are going to see the most rapid growth that we have ever seen before with what's going on. It's going to be really cool. And I'm glad. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could say as a young person, you know, going into adulthood right now. There's a lot of things that are not so great right now, a lot of adjustments. But I think we're going to see a lot of cool things happen coming up soon.
Absolutely. No, I
Got to take
absolutely agree
advantage
with
of it
you.
though. Because one thing
Yeah.
someone told me, it's a very successful person, very successful marketing person. He told me that the people that are still going to be having jobs and that are still going to be in business within the next 5 years are going to be the people that can innovate, can be creative, and that could work with AI. Like,
Yeah.
can't work with AI in the next 5 years. Like, I don't know what you're going to do. It's not going to go away. It's only going to become smarter. I mean, I could go into ChatGPT right now and have it take over my computer and build a website in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
That costs $20 a month. What's going to happen if you don't know how to utilize these things?
Absolutely. And I mean, speaking about those people too, that, your coworkers that refuse to use it, do you think it's more so something that they're scared of? Do you think people in the world are kind of scared of AI and that's why they're kind of opposed to really accepting it and embracing it?
In a way, maybe, but a lot of what I've seen is people are just stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
They're just used to doing things in a certain way, you know? But even I mean, if my dad could do it, my dad used to do it. Like, my dad is going to be 60 in 3 years, and he uses AI to do all kinds of stuff at work. If he can do it, I think anybody can. It's just you have to make the step to learn it. And honestly, it's not that hard to learn. It's like having an employee. You say, "Oh, I need this done." The only difference is there's not that friction, and there's actually it's actually gonna do
Yeah,
it. You know,
yeah, yeah. There's like, no, Ethan, I won't do it. I'm
so they're like,
sick.
"Oh, I'll do it," and then they just don't do it. Like
Yeah.
they're like, "It's
The-
actually gonna do it."
Then you gotta hound
Usually,
like, why isn't this done? Sorry,
sometimes
Ethan,
there's
I need an
glitches.
extension. Yeah, I get that. No,
So
and it's a great point that you're making because a lot of people are forgetting what it is to be free. A lot of people are so used to that hustle, hustle culture. Especially, I talked a little bit on other podcasts. The old school are stuck in their ways. They don't necessarily want to learn. But there is the rare few that do want to take the time to learn how to use it. And when they realize the power that AI has, there's no going back. It's
yep,
not like I open a box, and the genie comes out. Like you can't put the genie back in there. It's already out. It's free in the air.
yep.
So a lot of people struggle. But when I actually talk to people even younger than me, like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and what is most important to them is freedom. I asked them, by 30, what's important to you, money or being free from control? And they all answered free from control. And AI gives that capability. Your dad uses it. My mom just has a random hobby because I like to write poems. She turns them into songs, bro. I just have a library of bachata songs and everything on there.
Oh,
And
what?
it's actually, and it's awesome because because she could low key be a producer. Put the content out there and like it would blow up. I feel like I had to play some of these songs out loud at some point, but it's awesome that the use case is anything that you want to be. There's kind of no excuses, not even for time. A lot of people say I don't have time.
You do know.
You do now, and I believe that time is just a creative thing, or like it's like a creative concept that someone else made.
Yep.
It's just kind of an excuse for not wanting to do it. If you really wanted to do something, now you're able to do it. No excuses.
Right.
But yeah, let's dive back into our younger selves. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about a little bit about making money. So like when you think of like your younger self and stuff, like were there any mistakes that you made that you hope that other people don't repeat? Say in your early 20s?
I'd say I had a lot of fun. And there's nothing wrong with having a lot of fun,
Of course.
but having a lot of fun could slow down reaching your goals, right? I lived in a penthouse between the age of 23 and 26. It was very fun. Very, very fun. I could see everything from my balcony. I also have a sports car with nearly 600 horsepower. That costs a lot of money. Right now, I have about 100, a little over 100 grand, my net worth. If I didn't do those things, I'd probably have 250 to $300,000 in net worth right now.
Yeah.
Have fun, but do it in a lean way while you're young. Because your money is worth a lot more while you're young than it's going to be when you're older.
Absolutely. Was there like sort of a structure that you would give to people to kind of balance that fun, but also balance, the future? Like we're thinking about like, when we were coming up, there was no AI. We're still coming up now, but if you had to think back to that version of you, but with AI in his hands, is there a certain structure that you would do? Would you do things differently?
Honestly, use AI to give myself more structure when trying to reach certain goals. And I would use it to hold myself accountable.
Oh, I like that. I like
It's
that.
that simple. It's that simple. Um, and just even outside of AI, like as a younger person, this isn't financial advice. I don't want to like get you flagged, but
Yeah.
as soon as you can, start investing your money into things that will give you high returns, not degenerate investment vehicles. Like don't buy, I mean you could buy a little bit, but don't buy like go all in on Dogecoin or something like that, but like buy a bunch of QQQ as soon as you can and just stack up. Like when you're young, save 50% of your income and focus on gaining skills so that you have access to more money to put into that pile of money. That way, once you get to a certain point, you're just living off of that rather than your business or your job.
Okay. I like that.
You could do that as soon as you turn 18. Like, and as an 18-year-old, you don't have a bunch of expenses, you know? And
Yeah.
and one thing I'll say is like you don't have to spend a bunch of money to have fun. And you might say like, "Oh, I want to travel. I want to go on trips." Like, dude, go backpacking, stay in hostels. Like, do it that way. You're young. You
Yeah.
don't have to be like you don't have to do things in like a really fancy way. Hold on to your money, but still have fun.
Right. And you want to be free. Everybody wants to be
Exactly.
free. So, and
And don't let anyone tell you money can't bring happiness. I mean, being super rich won't necessarily bring happiness, but being broke definitely won't bring happiness.
yeah. And that's why I think it's important to have a balance. If you're saving
Exactly.
every penny, you never live life. You might watch life kind of waste away.
Exactly.
But what the power of AI is, how I like to think of it too, is a self-development tool. So if I had to go back in time to when I was an 18-year-old and having the power of AI in my hands, I would use it to learn new skills. When Ethan and I first started in the finance world, we had to really read books, and I know he'd kind of touch base on this now, where now you can just get excerpts from different books. If I want to read, you know, Think and Grow Rich, I can pull the important excerpts and I can ask it, well, what can I, this is my life now, and I can give it the details. How can I put those different points into my life now? It can,
Exactly.
we used to have to be creative and think, man, how would this apply into my life? Now it's here, Mabricio. This point hits here. This point hits there. This is what you're gonna have to do. This is your daily routine,
Hmm.
and it is good for setting goals as well. Because I'll ask you, Ethan, have you ever had AI tell you, "No, I can't do it"? For something other than generate some content that is kind of inappropriate, but like things like in terms of like goal setting and stuff.
No, I haven't had it tell me no for anything other than when me and Mabricio are texting in a group chat trying to send funny pictures, editing pictures of each other, and it's like, no, I can't do that.
Hey, you could do anything you want. It's all in the prompt thing, and that I think that's going to be an important skill too for a lot of people to learn, is how to
Gaslighting
prompt it.
ChatGPT.
Man, I gaslight women on the daily, man. Because gaslighting ChatGPT is no problem. It's no problem. because and it's going to save you a lot of time. And a lot of people, 18-year-olds, are in university. Universities say they frown upon it, but I see more advertisements from university for automation courses than anything else on Instagram, TikTok. Every university is trying to get ahead of AI, and they want to be the ones that can capitalize by selling you the dream of learning AI, even though they don't want you to use AI in their classes, which
Yeah,
never doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah,
Does that make
because I
any sense to
mean,
you?
no, I mean, if I have a massive textbook, do you really think nowadays I'm going to sit there and try and look through and try and figure out what exactly I need to take notes on in there. It's kind of like going back to what I'm saying when it comes to studying for this exam.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just read through everything. I'm gonna tell it, okay, what's the main idea of this topic? What are the
Yeah.
main like takeaways from this page or from this chapter? And
Yeah.
save some time.
Yeah. No,
I
I
mean,
think
give
that's
yourself some time back.
yeah. Then you can develop yourself further
Exactly.
to skip. You don't have
Exactly.
to put in that work and grind like we did. You could have the mindset of these billionaires at your disposal. Now you can actually train your own mindset and reach those goals faster than ever before
Yep.
because you had the time back. I want to speak to AI as a operating tool. So when we think about like the ordinary person trying to start their business, because I think a lot of people associate freedom with having your own business or getting that promotion or saving time. What are some things that you would recommend to someone like that wants to start their business and wants to use AI to do something like that, or save time at work? You can speak to both lens.
I'd just say, I mean, especially now with agent mode, you could just use it to automate certain administrative tasks. That way you're focusing on your actual job or running your business.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I know me and you were discussing using AI to connect certain platforms to transfer information between those platforms. I mean, it could be something as simple as you have your sales funnel and you have all these clients going in and scheduling meetings and stuff like that. You can use AI to take that information and have it quickly moved to the platforms that you need it to go to. And
Yeah, in an
then
instant.
if you need that platform to take that data and manipulate it in any way, it will do it for you. You don't even have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And that frees up time for you to actually go out there and meet with clients and grow your business rather than having to do work behind the scenes, which I know is something that's especially difficult for new business owners because you may not have a lot of cash, you may not be able to hire an employee at that time. So what are you going to do? Right? You want to go out there and meet with clients, but man, you have all this stuff you have to do. You have to build a website. You have to make automations. You have to do all these administrative tasks. Well, now the upfront cost isn't even that high anymore. It could be as little as $20 a month. I
Yeah.
mean, look at agent mode. Use it to free up time. Think about what are tasks that you do every day. And I almost guarantee you that you could use ChatGPT or some sort of form of AI to, if you can't at the most eliminate it, like you'll at least be able to automate some of that process to be able to free up time for yourself. And then you could
Yeah.
actually like focus on growing your business, focus on being innovative, coming up with more ideas, come up with products. Like you have to really think about what is it that you have to do every day and what stuff can you get rid of. And I guarantee you, you could probably get rid of 90% of the things that you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of business owners, I think the startup is the hardest part because they're trying to take on everything themselves, or they have to learn new skills. Like a lot of people don't know how to market the business and they have to go learn it rather than getting a professional. It's you you go to the doctor because the doctor can help you. You're not going to
Yep.
go try to self-diagnose and go get your own medication and risk, like a life or death scenario. So that is truly, I guess, the hardest part is kind of that build up. AI kind of frees that up. You want thumbnails for your videos. You could type that into ChatGPT, generate me a picture of this. You'll have a picture in 30 seconds. You can tell it the format too. You can say, I don't like that. Change the color. All right.
Exactly.
And that's what's so powerful about it because you can tell it your business idea as long as you prompt it correctly, which that's something that I need to go more into later on. But when you prompt it and you go in, it will tell you, okay, here's step one to your business, here's your business plan. What else would you like me to do for you? How else could I be of service to you? Which is powerful. I don't think any employee would tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't think any employee would come up like, yeah, like I did my shift, but I did all my tasks. Now I'm ready to do more for you. Like no employee would do that. And we're just talking about the basic level of AI because we did mention in our conversations about automating using the different platforms that connect together and creating things like, CRM, like something that logs your CRM, like a sales co-pilot that, takes all your notes, transcribes everything, tells you the objections that you encounter on a sales call. You got the voice cloning. People are, using other people's phone numbers, especially like the banks. I've heard they've been, posing as the bank's phone numbers, calling people, and the people are like, dude, like I don't even bank with you guys. Like,
That's so crazy.
and some people are falling for it. And
That's
it's,
nuts.
with everything you have a light side and you have a dark side.
Hmm.
And as long as you're using it for the positives to build that business, I think that'll be great. There is so much potential. I come across a lot of people that are very fearful
Hmm.
because they see the negative, but they can be a part of the positive movement.
Yep.
Because if you
Definitely.
line it, yeah, if you line everything up with the vision, then you're unstoppable. You pretty much have a best friend. Some girls ask me, Mabricio, where do you want to go? I'm like, hold on, let me consult my assistant, and I'll put it in. I'm gonna be honest here. I'll be completely honest.
What's going on in this city? Like, what's what's the most fun thing to do near me? Like, you could
Yeah,
literally ask it and it'll tell you.
yeah.
People aren't going to be Googling even like food near me.
Do people even
Out here.
Google anymore?
Huh?
Do people even Google anymore? I feel like they don't. I feel
I
like their
mean,
go-to is ChatGPT.
people do. I mean, in our circle, maybe not. I mean, me honestly, as of late, like say I'm just sitting here on the weekend, like man, I'm hungry. I don't feel like cooking. I was like, food near me, like what's the best restaurant near me? And it'll just tell me. And it'll tell me
Yeah,
what these restaurants serve. You know how like when you're on Google and you're looking at a place but you don't even really know what they sell? ChatGPT
yeah,
will literally tell you, oh yeah, this restaurant has this, and they're known for this. Well, that sounds good. I'm gonna go there. Instead of
yeah,
having to, I mean, doesn't have to do with like making money or work, but I mean, it's just crazy. It's
yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm sure that. I mean, we talked about it. It is going to evolve more,
Yeah.
so a lot more. Because I remember we used to a couple years back, we used to kind of type in it like, "Hey," just for fun. We were like, "What stocks should we buy?" And it's like, I can't give you any information about any stocks.
It does
It,
now.
it does now.
It does now.
And you can go a step beyond that with the deep research report, where it'll tell you everything about the market and the top picks that it pulls out of 100 sources of videos and articles that it reads. It's
Yep.
phenomenal.
Yep.
And you just got to do your own due diligence because obviously, can't just you can't have the blind leading the blind. You need to have your own mind working too.
Exactly.
Um, but yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. And if we take it back, yeah, to the young people's perspective, I kind of want to propose like a little challenge, and I kind of want to hear what you would say, and then I'll tell you what I would say
Okay.
for this. So, at our given places now, with the knowledge that we know now, if I gave you $100 and all the AI tools for 30 days, how would you flip it?
How would I flip it?
Yeah.
Interesting. So I wonder if we're gonna say the same thing. I'm curious, but I'm gonna
All
say my
right.
piece first. So what I would do is I would find a niche that where there's a lot of demand for that product. And then I would create AI videos and upload them to various social media platforms to promote those products. Um, and then what I would do is I would come up with a sales funnel to then drive viewers into buyers. And I would use AI to help me find these niches. So it's actually interesting. Like you could use AI and ask it, like, what are the most trending topics right now? What are the most trending products? For example, like on the TikTok shop, and it will tell you. And you could hop on it before it becomes too saturated with other people doing the same thing. And I've actually seen it where people are able to, with very little upfront investment, able to create videos that go viral,
Yeah.
and people will actually buy these products. And like a lot of it is like supplements and stuff like, oh, I'm having brain fog. Let me buy like this mushroom supplement with like reishi and like stuff like that so that I could have more alertness and be more focused. And you might have a video that says, you're tired, you're struggling to focus in the morning. This supplement will solve your problem. And it's literally just AI. And it's like all these pictures thrown into a video and then you have this text that comes up on the screen as the person, or the not even the person, as the AI narrates through the video and sells the product for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I would do it. It's very low upfront cost. I mean, if any cost at all, because you said you're giving me the tools for free.
Right. I didn't know if you wanted like $100 for ad spend or something, or but
I mean, you could do ad spend, but as long as, I mean, if you could make a video go viral, or there's enough people searching for a topic, say there's like a lot of people searching for a topic, but there's not a lot of content for that topic, you could get into that niche, and you can go viral and sell products.
yeah. So it sounds like yours kind of lines up more with like kind of the drop shipping e-commerce, right? Like, are you talking about like physical products?
Mm-hmm.
Kind
Yep.
of. Yeah, yeah. They can get from the TikTok shop. I was. Your answer is very similar to mine. I was gonna joke and say I would. I would sports gamble that $100 and do research reports with the AI, but but my real answer is instead of a physical product, I would do a digital product. But same thing, choosing the niche and releasing that info because AI can research that info for you and creating the content that way. And I heard TikTok ads are not that expensive too, so maybe I'd use a little bit for that. You know, dip my toes in there. But as you said, any viral video, you see those Bigfoot videos go viral all the time. So it literally
Yeah.
could be
Well,
anything.
those are hilarious.
Yeah, they're funny. They're funny. But that's a great point. I like your takes on it. So hopefully those out there, that say they don't have that much money. I mean, AI tools are really not that expensive. I think for the $100, you could get a good amount of tools for that first month, and you
Yeah.
can just start popping out that content and everything too.
Yep. I mean, if you're out there and you're young, say you're just graduating from high school or you're even in high school. Like say you could do this stuff like literally you could be out there working at Publix and you would have enough money to be able to invest in this and potentially start a business. Not to say it's 100% a guarantee, but the barrier to entry is like here now.
Yeah, yeah,
Because like all these tools, make it so that what you would have to pay someone $50,000 a year to do for you in the past, now you just have AI and you have to pay $20 a month to do it.
yeah.
So
And
I
you can
mean,
fill in that need too for businesses. You can uncover that and position yourself if you wanted to as well. I'm your
exactly,
marketing expert now.
exactly.
Yeah, and it's even in high school, like you said, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's something that you could do. Literally, you could click off this video and do it today.
Yep. And even if you don't make any money right away, you're learning something. And that knowledge that you're gaining will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future, millions of
Yeah,
dollars, maybe billions. Maybe you'll be that
yeah,
person. You know, try like try stuff while you're young.
of
Don't wait
course.
to do it. When you're young, you have an advantage. You don't have any obligations except an obligation to yourself, and that's to give yourself, your future self, the value of the work that you're putting in to your younger self. It's going to pay off a lot in the future.
Yeah.
So
You got
start
it.
young. It
You got
doesn't
any
matter.
advice? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Start young. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are in life. Just start.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
I was gonna say, do you have? I know we're talking about the younger people. Do you have any advice for the older people, the older generation, and AI? Because we
Yeah.
want more AI operators.
I'll say, like, don't be afraid of it. I know, like, a lot of people are worried that it's going to get rid of jobs. It definitely will. At least where I work, there's a lot of talks about it. But there's also talks about bringing on a bunch more people that actually innovate. So use it because if you're the kind of person that actually learns how to use AI, you will be someone that instead of doing stuff that you don't necessarily care about, you'll end up being someone that's able to focus on work that you actually care about. So don't be afraid to
Absolutely.
learn it. And also like if you feel like you're already like in a place where you're able to do good work, just start using AI now because I guarantee you'll be able to do better work because you'll
Yeah.
free up time and you'll be able to focus on things that actually.
Yeah. We're trying to build the revolution, the AI revolution. We have that team of AI operators. We want to see everyone win, no matter young, old, or wherever you are in life. We want to make sure that you're using all these tools at your disposal to and using them effectively. You could have a tool and you could be using it. There is a lot of use cases for it. We just want to show you that there's a lot more that you could be doing with it.
Exactly.
And what about you, Ethan? You as someone that's been adopting AI, where do you kind of see yourself in 5 years as an operator of all these AI tools?
Well, I can't really say too much because of the nature of what I do, but within 5 years, I'll say that I'll be 100% focused on dealing with my clients and nothing else.
Yeah,
I won't be sitting there behind the scenes doing administrative tasks. I'll be more out there working with my clients, helping them out, making sure they're getting what they need from me rather than getting pulled away into other things.
absolutely.
And because of that, I'll say that I could see my business will be in a very good place because I'm putting in the work now to learn how to use these tools rather than later. Because 5 years from now, say I'm not learning this, there will be someone that did, and they'll have all this time freed up, and they'll be able to get to clients faster than I will. They'll be able to provide better service than I will because they're
Absolutely.
leveraging these tools, and I'm not. So be that person that learns it now. That way, when it becomes mainstream, and I think it already is mainstream,
Yeah, it's the present.
it's the present, but it hasn't 100% taken over yet. When it does, you'll want to be that person that's on the other end of it rather than behind.
Absolutely. And I agree with you. I think a lot of people are so afraid of the inevitable. You know, some people's jobs are going to be replaced,
They are.
but I think there's a use case. There's a case to be made that you can use AI to already replace yourself in your business, in your work. If you do remote work, if you're person to person, face to face, not so much. But there is a case. You can have AI do sales calls for you, be a voice receptionist, be a customer service agent. You can clone your voice. So why be afraid of being replaced when you can replace yourself and get that time back? So then build other
Exactly.
business, go pursue the things that you really want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we are running out of time, Ethan. I really appreciate having you on. Um, is there like one nugget that you would give to someone out there? I know we kind of dropped a lot of gems for a lot of people, but and I definitely think that there has to be a part two to this because I feel like we didn't really get to cover all the topics. But if there's
There will
one
be.
thing, there will be. If there's like one thing that you could say to the audience out there to start applying to their life today, and if there's any projects that you're working on and you want people to follow, list that as well.
So honestly, I don't have anything special to say. Just start. Just start implementing it into your life and just start replacing tasks that you have to do day to day and start learning how it works. And literally ask it, like, I have these tasks. Can you automate these items for me? I guarantee you it will tell you it will. And you could start learning how that works and slowly start implementing it into your life. I think a lot of things, especially like in the self-improvement space, people try and make it seem like there's like this crazy thing that you have to do. There's not. Just start using the tool as you learn, as you start using it, as you implement it into your life, you will start getting the hang of how everything works and just be curious. Like, do research on different things that are happening in AI right now and start implementing those things. I mean, for me, with the agent tool, I've been using that a lot recently just to even do things as simple as like update my resume or build a website. So to start using it. It's that simple. There's nothing special that you have to do. Just start using it.
Absolutely. Is there any projects that you would want them to follow? Do you have anything that you're working on the side too? I know you have your job and promotions come in
Yeah.
very quickly, but is there anything else on the side that you might be working on that you want people to kind of tag along, or is that kind of in the works?
It's in the works. Um, Focusing on some consulting stuff. I can't say too much about it,
Yeah,
but I'm using it to set up different sales funnels for me. That
absolutely.
way I could drive clients through there, get meetings booked, and close deals.
Absolutely. I like that. The nugget for me, like Ethan said, you start small. Small things that you don't want to do, ask AI if it can do it. And rather tell it the full idea of what you want to do. And instead of just telling it what to do, ask AI what it needs from you. It's going to list some questions for you. And the better that it understands you, the more effective it will be in producing the results that you're looking for. And this concludes episode one of the AI Operators Podcast. Thank you, Ethan, for stopping by. You definitely expanded my mind, and I'm sure a lot of others that are going to come across this video too. And stay tuned to the next one. Like, subscribe, share, give your thoughts. Is AI already here in the present, or are we just waiting till we're all doomed if we don't take advantage of this? Just let me know what you think. Are we crazy for thinking that? Until next time.
It's been an honor, man.